The storytelling really comes from the country music, and I've always written that way, so I feel like that's why people always said to me, Jade, like, you need to do country. And like I was like, I don't know, I'm not like from the farm. Like, I love the farm though. I go every weekend out to a farm somewhere.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. We're both so excited to talk to you and also see your set.
Of course.
How's it been building up to today?
It's been on my calendar, and I've been looking forward to it all year, and I can't believe it's here, and it's gonna be an amazing night.
That's fair. Yeah. Last year alone, you performed on over 100 stages all over Canada. So I'm wondering, for you, what's something that you've learned about performing over all of these stages that's really helped you, but what's something that's stayed the same since you first started performing?
Well, I think the love for it hasn't gone away. I think when you do something so much, it's easy to get like burnt out. Mm-hmm. Hasn't hit me yet. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it will eventually, but so far I'm on like such a high because I genuinely just live for this. I love this so much. I think what I've learned is just to have fun and, you know, not to overthink everything, because it's easy to put a lot of pressure on certain shows, but at the end of the day, it's, you know, your audience is there to have fun and you're there to have fun, so just enjoy the moment.
I know, and it's so clear that you like love what you're doing. Yeah. So I think that also helps it too with the burnout and everything.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, when we were looking at all your music, looking at the shift you had into country music, my first thought was that you did a reverse Taylor Swift. You went from indie pop to country, and I love that.
Everyone's saying that. And I'm a huge Swiftie, by the way. So
love that. Perfect.
Yes.
That's a great title.
It makes sense.
Dive Bar is your breakout into country music. So how did shifting gears from being in pop to country kind of help you learn how you wanted to tell stories through your music?
Yeah, I think the storytelling really comes from the country music, and I've always written that way, so I feel like that's why people always said to me, Jade, like, you need to do country. And like I was like, I don't know, I'm not like from the farm. Like, I love the farm though. I go every weekend out to a farm somewhere. Yeah. So that's like the country, the storytelling. But I think the pop element is like, you know, the performance of it, like even the branding of it. Like, I'm very like Taylor Swift inspired. Even when I perform, it's like, okay, like how do we like put on a show and like really like make it big? Like, I want to be in a stadium one day. So I think when you mesh those two things together, I think country is becoming so pop influenced too. The sound is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's why there's more fans coming in, right? So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, when you have your own Eras tour one day, we'll be there. We'll be
yes. Let's go.
2024 was such a big year for you. You did a lot of performing, as I said before, but I've heard you say that it's also the year you fell back in love with songwriting and just music in general. So I'm wondering, what was the specific moment or experience that kind of reignited that spark for you?
Yeah, well, I feel like when I was doing more of like the pop R&B sound, I was playing in front of audiences that didn't really understand my music. And I think that's when I was getting drained by everything. I was like, I'm putting all this money into songs and playing all these shows, and I just feel like people weren't really listening. Yeah. When I made that shift over to country, it was very clear when I had that first country showcase. Dave Woods, I don't know if you've heard of him, he brought me out. And then the CMAOs, they brought me out shortly after, where there was fans that like were really listening like to the words and the musicality of everything. And I was like, okay, I think this is where I belong. And everyone said that to me. They're like, yeah, keep coming back. So
yeah, it's so different to like write songs, but then get to see the fans resonate with them. Yes. And get to see them connect with stuff that you've created.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think that's we always say too about live music, that's just the beautiful part of being able to share music with people too, and seeing people have that bond, and even just when you're in the audience, in the crowd, seeing people resonate with that is so beautiful.
Yeah, right? I mean, that's why we do this, is, you know?
So. I've been through the heat wave.
Right? You don't even feel it. No, maybe the next day we'll feel it.
Yeah. Well, we know you have a background in professional tennis as well, so I wanted to ask you, being an athlete at such a high level and now a musician at such a high level, is there anything that structure has taught you that you've had as a transferable skill to bring into your music career?
Yeah, I think the discipline of it. It's like, as I'm getting to these higher levels, bigger festivals, I'm really seeing like the crossover of like, okay, what are those big artists doing? Like, they really show up like with a plan and like a team and like all these things in place. Like, and I think playing tennis at a high level is the same thing. So if you can get to tennis at that high level, like, why not do it in music? You know, it's just work, right?
100%.
Yeah.
You have recorded your new album, I've heard. So I'm wondering, without giving too much away, if you could describe it using 3 other artists' albums, kind of like the vibes of it, what albums would you pick?
Well, I would say, albums. Okay. Golden Hour, for sure, Casey Musgraves. And her sound engineer, her tracking engineer actually worked on it. So I was in like that same, I saw her like plaque on the wall. I was like, oh my God,
What an
Casey Musgraves,
inspiration.
right? So that would be like the country pop roots. And then a little bit of Taylor because I'm always going to be inspired by her.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lacey K. Booth's another artist I've been listening to a lot too. I'd say she's like more on the softer side, but just like, especially on the vocals, I'm trying to like be more emotive. It's like you don't always have to be loud. I think like my strength is actually being soft. Like I don't have a huge voice, but it's like an emotive voice, and just trying to use that more.
Yeah, it's what you do with your voice.
Yes,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Well, we have a game over here for you to play. We're calling it Hot Hat.
Okay.
I don't know if that name will stick, but that's
Is that a
what we're
tennis
going
ball?
with. It is. I was
thinking, should I hit tennis balls out to my audience today?
We actually got this for you as a little token
Oh my
for
gosh,
good luck
that's so
tonight
cute.
with the
Thank
Emerging
you.
Artist Showcase.
Thank you so much.
Of course, no problem. And then we have those little just quick fire questions. If you want to pick 2 out of there,
Okay.
we'll see what we end up pulling out.
All right. Okay. If your last text was a song title, what would the track be about? The last one was to my guitarist because he couldn't find the stage. So I'd be like, find yourself.
Perfect.
Love it.
There you go. Another one.
One more.
If you could go back to your first ever time on stage and whisper one sentence in your ear, what would it be? Stand up straight. Look out to the audience and don't be scared. Yeah.
Perfect. That's awesome
you go.
advice.
Love it.
Well, Jade, thank you so much for taking the
Thank
time to chat
you.
with us. We're so excited to see you in the Emerging Artist Showcase tonight. Good
So
luck.
excited.
You're
I'll see you
doing
guys
amazing.
there.
Absolutely.